Hey everyone, and welcome back to English Journey. This is the place where learning English becomes simple and enjoyable. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mark. Hello to everyone listening around the world.
Hey Mark, you look a little confused today. Is everything okay?
Well, not exactly. English is attacking me again.
What happened this time?
Yesterday, I wanted to send a message to my friend and ask him to meet up.
That sounds easy enough.
That's what I thought. But then I got confused. Should I write in Saturday, at Saturday, or on Saturday? Then I gave up and just wrote, see you Saturday.
Sounds like we need to talk about at, on, and in today.
Please save me. I don't understand them.
Don't worry, Mark. It's okay. Let's make it clear today. So if you've ever felt confused about at, on, and in, you're in the right place.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this kind of real-life English, don't forget to subscribe to English Journey, and let's learn together. And trust me, if I can learn this today, you can too.
Okay, Mark, let's start with a simple secret. Think of a triangle.
A triangle? Are we doing math now? I thought this was English class.
No math. Picture a triangle with the pointy part at the top and the wide part at the bottom.
Okay, I see it. The top is small and the bottom is big.
Good. At is at the very top. It is for very small, specific points. On is in the middle. It is for surfaces. And in is at the bottom. It is for spaces and large areas.
Oh, so at is a point, on is a surface, and in is a space?
That's exactly right. If you remember those three ideas, at, on, and in become much easier. Now let's look at 8 common everyday situations and see how this triangle can help us use at, on, and in correctly.
Wow, that sounds super useful.
Let's start with time. Remember your question about Saturday?
Yes, I was so confused.
Well, let's use our triangle. At is the smallest. It is for a specific point in time. For example, at 7 o'clock, at noon, or at midnight.
Because those are exact times on the clock?
Exactly. They are very specific points. Now let's move down to on. On is bigger than at. We use it for days and dates. For example, on Monday, on Saturday, or on July 10th.
So Saturday is a day. I should say on Saturday.
That's right. And finally, we have in. In is the biggest. We use it for months, years, seasons, and longer periods of time. For example, in July, in 2026, or in summer.
So July is like a big box with many days inside it.
Exactly. That's a great way to think about it.
Let me check if I understand. At for times, on for days, and in for months and years.
Perfect. You've got it.
Wow, I finally get it. So I can send my message and say, see you on Saturday at 2 p.m.?
Nice. You used on for Saturday and at for 2 p.m. Now let's move to our second category, space.
Space?
Yes. Imagine you have a key. If the key is inside a drawer, what do we say?
The drawer is a space, and the key is inside that space, so we use in.
Perfect. The key is in the drawer. We can also say the key is in a box, or the dog is in the house, or I am in a supermarket.
So in means something is inside a space.
Exactly. Now, Mark, look at the table. What do you see?
There is a book on the table.
Right. And what about the wall? What do you see?
There is a painting on the wall.
Great. Now look at the floor. What do you see?
Ah, my bag is on the floor.
Nice job, Mark.
I think I see the pattern. The table, the wall, and the floor are all surfaces.
Yes, and that's why we use on.
So in is for spaces, and on is for surfaces.
Absolutely. Okay, Mark, let's look at our third situation, places and addresses.
Uh-oh. This is another one that confuses me.
Don't worry. Let's go back to our triangle. Remember, at is a point. Imagine I call you and ask, where are you? How would you answer?
I am at Starbucks.
That's right. You're thinking of Starbucks as a location on a map. That's why we use at. We also say at home, at work, and at the station.
Because they are all locations.
You've got the idea. Now let's make the area bigger. What would you say if you were visiting New York?
I am in New York.
Perfect. Why do we use in?
Because New York is a larger area, and I am inside it.
Bingo. What about Japan?
I am in Japan.
Great. A country is also a large area.
So, at for a point, and in is for a larger area.
That's the key. Now let's talk about addresses. Imagine your address is 25 Main Street, New York. If someone asks where you live, what can you say?
I live at 25 Main Street.
Good. That's a specific point. What if you only want to talk about the street?
I live on Main Street.
Exactly. What if you only want to talk about the city?
I live in New York.
Nice. New York is a larger area, so we use in.
Wow, it's the same address, but I can zoom in and zoom out.
That's exactly how English sees it. So far, so good. Now let's look at our fourth category, transportation. Imagine you're going on a trip. First, where do you go before getting on a plane?
The airport!
Right. And what do we say?
I am at the airport.
Great. Why do we use at?
Because the airport is a point on the map.
Yes. We also say at the train station and at the bus stop.
So airports, stations, and bus stops are all points.
You've got it. Now your plane arrives. Where are you?
I am on the plane.
Good. We also say on the bus, on the train, and on a ship.
So large public transportation usually uses on.
That's the pattern. Now imagine you've arrived in Japan and you're driving a car. What do we say?
I am in a car.
That's it. What about a taxi?
I am in a taxi.
What about a helicopter?
I am in a helicopter.
Nice. What do these have in common?
They all feel like small spaces around me.
Exactly. That's why we use in.
Let me check if I understand. I am at the airport, on the plane, and in a car.
Look at that. You're seeing the triangle everywhere now.
This really helped me understand transportation.
Okay, Mark. Ready for another challenge?
Why not? Bring it on!
This time, let's talk about activities and events.
So how does the triangle work here?
Let's start with at. Imagine you're at a birthday party. What would you say?
I am at a party.
That's right. Why do we use at?
Because I see the party as a point on my schedule.
Exactly. We also say at a concert, at a meeting, and at a wedding.
So many events use at.
That's right. Now let's move to on. Imagine you're traveling around Japan for 2 weeks. What would you say?
I am on a trip.
Perfect. We also say on a tour and on a journey.
Interesting. Why do we use on?
Think of it as a path. A trip is something that moves from one place to another.
So that's why we say on a trip.
You've got it. Now let's look at in. Imagine you're joining a competition. What would you say?
I am in a competition.
Right. We also say in a game, in a race, and in a tournament.
Because I am inside that activity.
That's the idea.
Let me see if I understand. I am at a party, on a trip, and in a competition.
Absolutely. The triangle works here too.
I'm not guessing anymore.
And we're not done yet. Let's look at our sixth category, media, technology, and the internet.
Nice. This sounds like something we use every day.
Yeah. Let's start with at. Imagine you're checking your email. Where are you?
I am at my computer.
That's right. We also say at a computer or at a desk.
Because those are specific places where I work.
You've got it. Now let's move to on. Where can people watch English Journey?
On YouTube.
Exactly. We also say on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok.
So social media usually uses on.
That's right. We also say on TV.
I think I get it. Information appears on a screen.
That's a great way to think about it. Now let's look at in. Imagine you receive an email from a friend. Where is the information?
It's in the email.
Good thinking. We also say in a message, in a document, and in a file.
Because those are spaces that contain information.
That's the idea.
Let me check if I understand. I am at my computer, I watch videos on YouTube, and I read information in an email.
See? The triangle works here too.
I can actually figure these out now.
Then let's test that. Let's talk about your body.
My body? That sounds a little strange.
Trust me, we use at, on, and in here all the time. Uh-oh, there's a mosquito. What would you say?
There is a mosquito on my arm.
Yes. Why do we use on?
Because my arm has a surface.
You've got it. Now imagine you have a coin in your pocket. What would you say?
There is a coin in my pocket.
Perfect. Why do we use in?
Because the pocket is a space.
That's right. Now imagine someone throws a ball at you. What would you say?
The ball is coming at me.
Exactly. Here, at shows a target or direction.
Interesting. So there can be a mosquito on my arm, a coin in my pocket, and a ball coming at me.
That's the pattern.
They really are. Let's finish with some common expressions.
Nice. I love useful expressions. Let's start with at. Have you heard at risk?
Yes, but I'm not sure what it means.
It means someone is in danger. We also say at peace and at work.
So, at often feels like a specific state or situation.
That's a great observation. Now let's look at on. Have you heard on time?
Of course, it means not late.
Right. We also say on sale, on vacation, and on duty.
Interesting. On often sounds like something is active or happening.
I like that way of thinking. Finally, let's look at in. Have you heard in love?
Yes, it means someone is in a romantic relationship.
Right. We also say in trouble, in danger, and in a hurry.
So in often feels like being inside a condition or situation.
That's exactly the pattern.
Let me try one last summary. At is often a point. On is often a surface, a path, or something active. In is often a space, an area, or a situation around you.
You've got it.
Wow, Sarah, I can't believe it. We talked about time, places, transportation, activities, technology, and even body parts.
And through all of them, the same triangle kept showing up.
At is a point. On is a surface. In is a space.
Exactly. Once you understand the picture, you don't need to memorize hundreds of rules.
I wish someone had explained it this way years ago.
Before we go, let's give everyone a little challenge.
Ooh, I like challenges.
In the comments, write one sentence using at, one sentence using on, and one sentence using in.
It can be about your life, your family, your work, or your weekend plans.
We're looking forward to hearing from you in the comments.
And don't worry if you make mistakes. That's how we learn.
If today's episode helped you understand at, on, and in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to English Journey.
Thank you for learning with us today.
Keep practicing a little every day. We'll see you in the next episode of English Journey.
Bye, everyone.